Welcome to our exploration of heuristics in marketing. In today's fast-paced business world, marketers are constantly seeking ways to make quick, effective decisions. Heuristics or mental shortcuts play a crucial role in this process. These simple rules of thumb help professionals navigate complex choices, streamline strategies, and respond rapidly to market changes. Throughout this video, we'll uncover how heuristics influence marketing decisions, from campaign planning to consumer targeting. We'll also discuss why understanding these shortcuts can give your brand a competitive edge. Let's dive in and see how heuristics shape the marketing landscape. Heuristics are mental shortcuts or simple strategies that help us make decisions quickly and efficiently. In marketing, these shortcuts are especially valuable because they allow professionals to process information rapidly and act without getting bogged down by endless analysis. Whether it's choosing which social media platform to prioritize or deciding on a pricing strategy, heuristics help marketers cut through the noise and focus on what matters most. By relying on past experiences and intuitive judgment, marketers can make smarter choices in less time. Marketing world is filled with uncertainty and countless options. Heuristics offer a way to simplify complex decisions, saving both time and resources. Instead of analyzing every possible outcome, marketers can use tried-and-true shortcuts to guide their actions. This approach not only speeds up the decision-making process but also reduces the risk of analysis paralysis. By understanding and applying heuristics, marketers can stay agile and responsive in a constantly changing environment. There are several heuristics commonly used in marketing. These include the availability heuristic, where decisions are based on readily available information, and the representativeness heuristic, where marketers judge situations based on how similar they are to known examples. Another popular one is the anchoring heuristic, where initial information heavily influences final decisions. Each of these shortcuts helps marketers make sense of data and act confidently, even when information is incomplete. The availability heuristic is all about making decisions based on information that comes to mind quickly. In marketing, this might mean focusing on recent trends or memorable campaigns when planning your next move. If a particular strategy worked well in the past, marketers are likely to repeat it, simply because it's easy to recall. While this can lead to effective decisions, it's important to be aware of potential biases and ensure that choices are based on solid evidence, not just what's top of mind. Representativeness heuristic involves judging a situation based on how closely it matches a typical case. In marketing, this might mean assuming a new product will succeed because it resembles a previous hit. While this shortcut can be useful, it can also lead to errors if marketers overlook important differences. It's essential to balance intuition with careful analysis to avoid costly mistakes. Anchoring occurs when marketers rely too heavily on the first piece of information they receive. For example, an initial price point can set expectations for a product, influencing how customers perceive value. Marketers often use this heuristic intentionally, setting high initial prices to make later discounts seem more attractive. However, it's important to be aware of how anchoring can shape both marketer and consumer decisions. Satisficing is a heuristic where marketers choose an option that's good enough, rather than searching for the perfect solution. This approach is especially useful when time or resources are limited. By setting clear criteria and acting quickly, marketers can avoid getting stuck in endless decision cycles. Satisficing helps teams stay productive and focused on results. Recognition heuristic is based on choosing options that are familiar or well-known. In marketing, this means favoring established brands or strategies that have worked before. While this shortcut can lead to safe choices, it may also prevent innovation. Marketers should balance recognition with a willingness to try new approaches when appropriate. Affect heuristic involves making decisions based on emotions or gut feelings. In marketing, this can mean choosing a campaign direction because it feels right or resonates emotionally. While emotions are powerful drivers, relying solely on feelings can sometimes lead to biased or inconsistent decisions. It's important to combine emotional insight with data-driven analysis. Scarcity heuristic is the tendency to place higher value on things that are perceived as scarce or limited. Marketers often use this shortcut by highlighting limited-time offers or exclusive deals. This approach can create urgency and drive quick action from consumers. However, overusing scarcity tactics can lead to skepticism, so it's important to use them thoughtfully. Social proof is a powerful heuristic where people look to others for guidance on what to do. In marketing, this means showcasing testimonials, reviews, or user numbers to influence potential customers. When people see that others are buying or endorsing a product, they're more likely to follow suit. Social proof builds trust and can significantly boost conversion rates. The authority heuristic leads people to trust and follow recommendations from experts or authoritative sources. Marketers leverage this by featuring endorsements from industry leaders, certifications, or awards. When a respected figure supports a product, it can greatly enhance credibility and persuade potential customers to take action. Default heuristic involves sticking with preset options or the status quo. In marketing, this can mean customers are more likely to choose default settings or recommended products. Marketers can use this by making preferred options the default, simplifying choices and increasing conversions. However, it's important to ensure defaults truly benefit the customer. Framing heuristic is about how information is presented. Marketers can influence decisions by framing offers in a positive or negative light. For example, saying 90% fat-free instead of 10% fat can make a product more appealing. Understanding how framing affects perception helps marketers craft more persuasive messages. Simplicity heuristic is about choosing the easiest or most straightforward option. In marketing, this means creating clear, simple messages and user experiences. When customers can quickly understand an offer, they're more likely to engage. Marketers who embrace simplicity can cut through the clutter and connect with audiences more effectively. Reciprocity is the tendency to return favors. In marketing, offering something valuable like a free sample or helpful content can encourage customers to respond in kind, such as making a purchase or sharing information. This heuristic builds goodwill and strengthens customer relationships. Loss aversion is the tendency to prefer avoiding losses over acquiring gains. Marketers use this by highlighting what customers might miss out on if they don't act. Limited time offers or don't miss out messages tap into this powerful heuristic, motivating quick decisions. The contrast heuristic involves making decisions based on comparisons. Marketers use this by showing before and after images or comparing their product to competitors. Highlighting differences can make benefits stand out and help customers choose more confidently. The frequency heuristic is about making decisions based on how often something occurs. In marketing, repeating messages or offers can increase familiarity and trust. Consistent exposure helps brands stay top of mind and encourages customer action. The peak-end rule suggests people judge experiences based on the most intense moment and the ending. Marketers can use this by creating memorable highlights and strong conclusions in campaigns or customer journeys. Focusing on these moments can leave a lasting positive impression. The decoy effect is a heuristic where the presence of a third, less attractive option makes one of the other choices more appealing. Marketers use this by adding a decoy product to steer customers toward a preferred option. This subtle tactic can influence purchasing decisions without customers realizing it. In digital marketing, heuristics are everywhere from ad targeting to website design. Marketers use shortcuts to optimize user experience, personalize content, and increase engagement. Understanding how users rely on heuristics helps marketers design more effective digital strategies that drive results. Intent marketers use heuristics to decide what topics to cover, which formats to use, and how to distribute content. By focusing on what has worked in the past and following simple rules, they can create engaging content efficiently. Heuristics help streamline the creative process and ensure consistent quality. On social media, marketers use heuristics to decide when to post, what hashtags to use, and how to engage with audiences. These shortcuts help teams react quickly to trends and maintain an active presence. By leveraging heuristics, social media marketers can maximize reach and impact. Email marketers use heuristics to determine the best times to send messages, craft subject lines, and segment audiences. By following proven shortcuts, they can improve open rates and conversions. Heuristics make it easier to test and refine email strategies for better results. In advertising, heuristics guide decisions about creative direction, media placement, and budget allocation. Marketers rely on past campaign data and industry benchmarks to make quick, effective choices. These shortcuts help maximize ROI and ensure campaigns reach the right audiences. Product marketers use heuristics to prioritize features, set pricing, and position new offerings. By focusing on what customers value most and following simple rules, they can bring products to market faster and more successfully. Heuristics streamline the development process and reduce risk. Understanding heuristics is key to predicting consumer behavior. Customers use shortcuts to make quick decisions about what to buy, which brands to trust, and how to respond to offers. Marketers who understand these patterns can design campaigns that align with natural decision-making processes. While heuristics are powerful tools, they're not foolproof. Relying too heavily on shortcuts can lead to biases and missed opportunities. Marketers should use heuristics as guides, not rules, and always be willing to adapt based on new information. By balancing intuition with analysis, marketers can make smarter, more effective decisions.